Good evening, and welcome back to 60 Minutes. This next segment will involve an archaeological investigation on the symbolic architecture of Coketown, which is the setting of the classic Charles Dickens novel, Hard Times.
It was a town of red brick, or of brick that would have been red if the smoke and ashes had allowed it. But as matters stood, it was a town of unnatural red and black like the painted face of a savage. It was a town of machinery and tall chimneys, out of which interminable serpents of smoke trailed themselves forever and ever, and never got uncoiled. It contained several large streets, all very like one another, and many small streets still like one another, inhabited by people equally like one another, who all went in and out at the same hours with the same sound upon the same pavements to do the same work, and to whom every day was the same as yesterday and tomorrow, and every year the counterpart of the last and the next.
If you look over here, you have a lot of square, rectangular designs, very blocked sort of designs, and they're all repeated, and it's not very creative. Similarly, you have square, rectangular pillars here, not circular, not anything interesting, just square and rectangular, and very, very boring, and this is a repeated pattern throughout the rest of the town. Next, if you look here, you have red brick. Now, I previously talked about how Coketown had red brick if you could see past the smoke that was caused by the industrialism. So, there's a lot of brick all over here. And this is probably an area, if you dig back here a little bit, this is probably where they did a lot of work. They probably used these to light fires, and that's probably where all the smoke came from. There we go. A lot of the doors also looked very similar. What I have grasped from investigating throughout Coketown is that originality, individualism, and creativity are all stifled here. But how is that possible? If it is an embodiment of industrialization itself, shouldn't it be condoning originality and new ideas? To find out, I sat down with the director of the Coketown Historical Society. It says here you've read Hard Times 72 times. Yes, I have. It must not have been a hard time reading it, huh? No, it was not. Okay, so let's get to the point. I walked through the town. All the public inscriptions in the town were painted alike in severe characters of black and white. The jail might have been the infirmary. The infirmary might have been the jail. The town hall might have been either, or both, or anything else. For construction. Why is everything so dreary and lacking originality? Shouldn't industrialization be exciting and new? It should, and that's the irony of Coketown. Coketown was so driven by industrialization that you saw nothing in Coketown but what was severely workful. So they just worked. There was no innovation? There was no innovation, for innovation involves fancy, and in Coketown it was just fact, 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 everywhere in the material aspect of the town. Fact, 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 everywhere in the immaterial. Thanks for clearing this up for me. there you have it. This is Nambalar with 60 Minutes. Tune in next week to learn more about the world. Thank you.